Recently, I did a comparison video on CLion and VS Code for C++ development. As I mentioned there, both are excellent tools for developing C++ projects. However, because VS Code is not a dedicated IDE for C++, I think there is a fair amount of work involved just to set up a bare minimum C++ project in VS Code. So today, I want to share my own C++ VS Code project template so that you can get started in C++ development with VS Code right away. Alright, fire up VS Code and select Explorer button. Click on Clone Repository button. Now enter my VS Code template project repository URL, which I will have in the description below. Then select the destination folder in which you want to create the project. On the right bottom corner, you will see a prompt asking whether you want to open up the cloned repository. So select Open. This will open up the template project. It has folder called .vscode that contains 3 config files and main.cc source code. The first file, c_cpp_properties.json, specifies C++ config to help VS Code IntelliSense understand your project. So it contains settings such as which platform you're running on, which folder contains header files, which compiler you're using, and which C++ standard you're using. Currently, we are seeing these red squiggly lines here because C++ extension is not yet installed, which I'll take care of in just a bit. Next, tasks.json file specifies the build process for your program. This label value is going to be important because you will need to refer to this when setting a debug launcher. For the build command, you can run the compiler command directly for a simple project like this, but in practice you will most likely specify make or ninja build commands. Finally, launch.json file specifies how to debug the program. There's a lot going on here, but most likely all you need to change is which program you're trying to debug, what is the argument to the program, and what will be the build task for your program. I'm running this on my M1 MacBook Air, so the target architecture is ARM64. But if you're running on Intel or AMD computers, make sure to change this to x86. So these are the 3 config files just to get you started in setting up a minimal C++ project in VS Code. Next is the main.cc file where you will be writing your own code. Okay, before we debug the program, we need to install C++ extension. So click on this extension icon and search for C++. The first extension here by Microsoft is what you want to install. Once the extension is installed, we see that the red squiggly lines are all gone from the config files. Alright, now we are ready to debug. Click on this Run and Debug icon and select the debug task, which in this case is main. When you click on this Start button here, you can start debugging your program. Because I set stop at entry to be true in my launch.json file, it will automatically break at the very beginning of the main function. You can step in, step out, step over, and examine variables just as if you would do with GDB or LLDB. Alright, hope this was helpful and I'll see you in the next video.